Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine, I guess fine,
Pretty rainy.
I hope fine for you, but for here in Maryland, look like another dismal day,
Yes.
but I'm hoping I'm wrong. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Okay,
Yes.
and I will be back this evening because I'm going to be doing a reading on K-pop.
Yes.
I'm thinking about Tanya Taylor.
Yes, Tiana Taylor.
Tiana Taylor. I love her. I think she's such a diva. But nevertheless, I know that you come here to hear one thing and one thing only. You want to hear our commentary on what? Kim Kardashian. And what? As the Kardashians are on. So this is the second episode, right?
No, this is the first episode.
What? Oh my God. That's because I looked at it twice.
Yes.
Okay, this was so impactful. But before I get started, baby Crone, make your rebuttal before you read.
Okay.
Because I want to point out a highlight that I'm zeroing in on. So go ahead. And I got my notes because I didn't want to forget.
The thing I wanted to highlight about Kim Kardashian, really not about Kim, but just about the Kardashians in a whole, their trip to Cabo seemed phony in a way because they had the Jenners there and they're just like, oh my God, Kylie's here and Kendall, like they're never here. And then, you heard Kylie say, yes, I'm here for my family. And I'm just like, y'all trying to pretend like you're this one big, great family. And I'm just like, it feels phony. I'm like, are the Jenners going to be in the rest of the season this season? Or is this just them popping up just to pop up? That's how I feel.
Points taken. I don't want anybody to ever think that I overtalk you and don't give you a chance to explain yourself.
Okay.
However, I could be a little sister long-winded, but this was my pet peeve. But I want to point these things out. We're pointing out our things. So when we get stuck in a hiccup, I want you to see what I see. One of the things that I notice is everybody talk about Kim being a narcissist. And I'm convinced that I don't think people know what a narcissist
That
is.
very true.
I think they say it because it's trendy. Like, you're gaslighting me. But you really don't know what gaslighting is. So when her sister Courtney called her a narcissist, she called her a narcissist on points of a narcissist. Okay, so she named a couple of things. Now, I have studied because I have been a victim, and I must say, a victim of narcissism. So what they do is, it is gaslighting, but they need you. They need you for what? They need you to vent. They need you. They love you, but they love you to hurt you. They don't want to let you go. It's like you're a toy. They love you in a warped way.
Okay.
I can't explain it because that's the craziness of a narcissism. And I got caught with a narcissism.
Yes.
Messed me up. As a matter of fact, I'm just getting free over it. I mean, it took me 2 years because you're gaslit all the time. And what a narcissist do is this. And I saw it. I heard, I've been following it over the years, of course.
Yes, you have.
So wanting to know a narcissist because I was really, really banged up for a while. It was really, really bad. And I'm healing now. So, and then as I'm studying, there are people that tell you, like therapists and stuff that come on YouTube that was helping me understand a narcissist. So the thing is, what I find people doing, they say, she's a narcissist, alleged. No, it's no alleged. And I'm going to prove it.
Okay.
Narcissism come with like mental ailment. Like it's a mental ailment. It comes with symptoms, like you have a cold or you have the flu. They come different, but for some people, they are the same symptoms, like you get chills.
Yes.
You get chills. Come with a little fever. You get a fever. Not hungry. Those are 3 symptoms.
Yeah.
You had diarrhea. I didn't have diarrhea. See, but it doesn't mean
Right.
You're not a narcissism. Am I getting it?
Yes.
So these are what she said before she labeled her account. It's like she's known this. And she's exposing it.
Yes, it did feel like an expose.
And she said, she's telling her to think about it outside of the fact that when things got hot, this is what a narcissist do. They try to turn family and friends against you.
Check.
Did she do it?
Yes, she did.
When she started talking about, that's why the family don't want you around.
Yep, that's why your friends.
Then it went to your friends, and at last, it made her cry. And I feel sad about that when she used her kids.
Yeah, you
You
right.
see, narcissism. They turn family and friends. Now, the only way that she can do it, remember, they are close-knit, and this is what she want to get away from. So your friends are my friends,
Yes.
and my friends are your friends. So when you get the friends together, they spill off at the mouth because they're in the middle of all, I have to be loyal to her, and I have to be loyal to her. But I believe that Courtney got friends that are not going to tell and rat her out. She wants to get away from this thing. And
Yes.
she said one of the things of her family that she grew up is when they get angry, they start saying things to tear you down.
Yes.
A lot of families are like that. What do you mean? I'm mad at you. That's why you wet the bed. What does that have to do with it?
Yeah, you're right.
You know, that's why mommy don't like you. Like, what? And nobody is around to stop it. So it's like, you're arguing. That's why you ugly. But nobody is around to diffuse that. I said, this is not the way you talk to one another. So she grew up with this cruelty. And if you've seen it, even though Kim came off very poised and very relaxed, no, she really was, because she got the show. She's a narcissism. She was really blowing up. And when her sister said, check yourself, she even tried to do the switch and bait and began to say something like, are you happy?
Yes, she did.
She's like, in the moment, no. How can I be happy? We haven't. See, that's another trait.
Yes, that was.
The gaslighting, huh? Here's another trait. This is how you know. You don't have to guess no more and say, is she a narcissist? No. At the wedding, this is the truth of the truth is born. She didn't stay. She did have an attitude. The camera showed it. She even tried to outdress the bride. She didn't want to wear what she wore out.
That is true.
She came in with the sequins. I found it unattractive. With the sequins, as a matter of fact, Chloe wore it too.
Yes,
but I think didn't Kimberly wear it at her wedding? Kimberly wore it at Courtney's wedding first. So we already know who is who she was.
Dolce and Gabbana
was already on the scene.
Were.
The deal had already been in it, and she could not be happy. She put on a pretense face, right? Now this is a kicker. She said ever since they was children. So let's figure out what caused this. She said Kimberly and Courtney concurred. Kimberly said, when I was little, Courtney terrorized me. She was mean to me, you know? And so I understand why now. Why? Because Courtney was the oldest, and Courtney probably was more closer to the father, because when Kim was born, the seven stopped. The sun stopped shining and directed right on baby little Kimberly, because that became her mother's heart. Yeah. That is clearly the problem. That right there is her mother's heart. Now, next to that, I would say Kylie, but nobody moves her mother. And I knew that when they had the dress up, who looks like her for her birthday, who did she pick?
Kim.
And I really believe that it could have went to Courtney, and I felt as though it could have definitely, as far as clothing go, could have went to Chloe. But who did she choose?
Kim.
To say that was at the table, you shall be the one to lead, in spite, not alone, not a private meeting, but in front. See, you see it. So this has been all their lives as children, and I think Courtney rebelled against it. All right? So you could see this childhood rivalry. However, in the recent episodes, I don't know if it's last episode, Courtney said, I don't want to fight. I'm done with this. I'm not working against you anymore. I'm done. We cool. But Kimberly has been scarred. and her mother has done the damage. So we see the signs of narcissism. I wrote here, how do you win? How do you win with it? How do you win in an argument? You know? When Kim she done tacked everything. In other words, she's like, I'm in every crevices of your life. When she was arguing, it was just them. Then it was like, that's why we
became a family
are
thing.
Against you. Because it appears to look that way.
It does appear to look that way.
Because she broke Chloe. Because remember, Chloe was against Kim. Now she's a clone.
Yes.
So she has no one. There was a time she probably could go to Kendall, but Kendall betrayed her. She said she didn't understand a lot of things until she began to look back at the feed. That's why all this blown up. And I'm telling you, you saw Kim and Courtney side by side on that chair, on that sofa chair. And I'm telling you, they look like paternal twins.
Yes, they really did.
Or if Courtney would have had her widow's peak removed, like Kimberly had, they would look identical.
Okay.
The only thing I saw a little bit edge as far as height, that Kimberly was a slight taller. But they look like paternal twins. They look almost like they could be twins. But the father chose Court and the mother chose Kimberly. And that has been it. So you know the signs. Look back at it. She tried to turn, but remember, this is the kicker. Your friends are my friends.
Yes.
And my friends are your friends. So if I wouldn't even, I feel as though Kimberly fight dirty, but that's what a narcissist does. So no, she is definitely a narcissist. I do not apologize. And speaking on narcissists, lastly, going to American Horror Story, one of the things I see, this is my second view, I gotta see how it play out. The whole movie is the co-star, Kimberly and the woman. They're both co-stars. In other words, they're both superstars in this.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing in this, whoever wrote it about Kim. She's playing herself in all of this narcissism, game tricking, as if somebody has been writing her, so she's starring in a movie that's about her. Now that's how I see it.
That would be very fitting for an American Horror Story.
And for American Horror Story and for a writer. Mm-hmm. You gave me the story, and because I know that you're such a narcissist, you're going to take the role. Just like when they were sitting at the table and the mother said, no, I didn't want her boyfriend to take it. What she said, you didn't want him to take the role? Everybody was like,
yeah, because they love Yellowstone. She was like,
you don't want him. She said, no, I don't want him sleeping with other people. And there she goes. I would have. See?
And yet,
go ahead, baby.
No, I was going to say, and yet she talks about in this episode how she wants to say no to deals and how she really wants to take time and peace, which she was saying in her
I said it in that reading when I channeled that is true. But understand this, she is right, because Courtney is getting to her soul. Mm-hmm. Courtney eating at her.
That is true.
Courtney eating at her. And so instead of just saying, Courtney, I am so sorry. You're going to go and say, I told them no veils. She said no veils, but she didn't say, I can't have any veils in this, because if I do, it's going to hurt my sister. She could have said anything to that. She could have said, please, if any veil's going to be in it, I can't be a part, because my sister is going to feel like we took this from her. But no, she couldn't be honest.
No.
And a narcissist, what they do, they're liars. They're great at twisting and altering the truth.
Oh, yes.
They're good at turning people against you. Your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your best friend, for whatever reason, will be there talking about you.
Yes.
And we've seen it.
Yes, we have seen it.
So she is a narcissist, but this is the thing. Kim knows she's a narcissist, but she plays it off. This is what American Horror does. She plays it off like, I'm cool with that. If being a narcissist is going to take me to the top, then a narcissist I'll be. Mm-hmm. Not truly understanding that it is a mental disorder. That's all I had to say.
Yes, that was
I had to make my rebuttal known, because as we go on and talk about it, you're going to be able to see her narcissism. And is she jealous of her sister? She's right. I don't think she's jealous.
Okay.
Because she'll say, jealous for what? No. What do I think it is? She can't control her.
Oh.
She can't take her mind. She broke Chloe after years. She broke Chloe.
Right.
She done broke her mother. Rob came off the show, and Rob said that Kim was a witch. Rob said it.
Courtney said it too this
They
episode.
saying it, but they all broke. But Rob ain't never come back. Don't get Rob to talking about Kim. Okay? Don't. Okay, so the only one that she can't, but she broke Rob. You know? And she broke Courtney, not Courtney, Chloe. Because Chloe now is a Kim, a little Kim.
Yes, big
But
Kim.
who won't bow? Who won't dress like her? Who won't give in to her? Who keeps her up? Who keeps her saying, no matter what, I'm the oldest? You can never be the oldest. You want to be the oldest, but I'm the oldest. You can't do nothing about it. Born that way. Mommy can put you up to be the oldest. I don't care. I'm the oldest. She wants that. That's the one thing she can't have. I want to be the oldest. I'm the oldest. No, you're not. Mommy making you the oldest over me, but I quit. You'll never rule me. You'll never rule me. And Kim, it makes her incensed because there it is. A mirror in her face all the time. Courtney, you're a narcissist. Check yourself. Something's wrong with you. I was happy until you came. She's always saying, see, you don't think you're a narcissist? Checkmate. She'll say something off the wall like, are you happy? Now you're going to do a switch switch, you narcissist. Of course I'm happy. I was very happy until you called. Yes. See, she keeps dagging her with it. You need to check yourself. Understand why you do the things you do. Get some therapy. She'll come back with, that's why no one listens. She watch how it progresses. Can you see it? Watch it. Nobody has to tell you. You'll see it for yourself. I hope that I made it clear. And Courtney is that mirror that keep her stern at herself, and it makes her sick. But she plays it off on the camera. But we know behind scenes, her and Kim, her mother and stuff have a lot to say, and things are getting ready to get real stinky.
Yes.
That's why the mother wants to bail.
Yeah, you're right.
The mother been trying to bail out this for the last 2 years because the mother know it's going down shit. But that's okay. Kimberly saying, dun, 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 dun. I'm Rescue Kim. I come to save the day. Give it to me. But without court, it won't ever work.
That's true.
It won't ever work. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Why? You took out, your mother's gone. You took out Rob. He ain't coming. And court, why are you going to call it the Kardashians?
Right, you can't
You
bring
got
up
2
Kylie
members
and Kendall.
gone. Kendall is not, you the only dash, boo. It can't be that.
Yeah.
So what you going to call it? Kim and her 2 sisters? Like Hannah and her sisters?
Yeah, you're right.
Kim, it can't be because all the Kardashians are gone.
That is true.
And the mother is not a Kardashian.
No. What I find interesting is at the very end how Kim walked away after the argument as she was walking to her car. You could see that she was bothered by it. She was just like, Courtney hates me. I'm just going to have to live with that now. And I'm like, that sounds so underhanded. Because I'm like, you remember
she waited till, there was a time lapse. Because you don't know how she performed. They only show, she must have was talking about that thing because Court hung up on her.
Yes.
Okay? I was hoping that Court would walk. And at the time where the show is getting worse, this is where the mother is failing. But the mother did this. The mother they all know. And the reason why Kylie and what's her name?
Kendall.
They don't care because they got the love of their father.
Oh, yeah,
They got their dad. They grew up with their dad. They had years and years with their dad. They could go tell their dad and talk to their dad. You know their dad be talking. You know they be talking. You know they come on now. You go to your daddy. You know they when they got problems with their mom. You know that's why he coming out. He's speaking out, and rightfully so. Cause I want to know, and I don't. And this is the one thing. And I tell you one thing else. Chris too is a narcissist.
I could believe. Yes,
Chris is a narcissist.
Chloe, no, not Chloe. Chris had mentioned it herself, talking about how she was always the yes woman. She was always taking deals, and she never took a break, and always stretching herself.
And who act just like that? Kim.
Yeah. So Kim's taking after her mother.
She has become her mother. Her mother has breathed. I've said this. Her mother has breathed her energy into Kim. And Kim is a Kim. She's going through the same things about aging. And I'm telling you, and I have to do the two. On American Horror Story, I don't know if it's the lighting, but she looks really, really old.
That is true.
I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know what it is. I don't know. She just look at it. And the thing is, I'm not going to take anything from anybody. But I am not going to say how beautiful Kim is anymore. Why? Because the world knows it.
Yes.
Because Kim has taught me one thing. Beauty is beautiful on the outside.
Yes.
But if the inside don't match, you're just a carbon copy of a fake.
I like that.
Just as fake as all those injectables. I can't judge. I'm suffering now from an injectable, so I can't judge. Fillers, So I'm not gonna judge, but I'm just saddened that this had to come to this. And even in all of this, Kimberly still don't want to quit. You see? She's driven. And the father understood this about her. As far as the reading, I don't know anything about them about that. But I feel as though the father saw who Kimberly was and did not like her behavior. I truly believe that in my soul. Go ahead, babe. So start. Oh,
yes.
And lastly, these are the highlights, and then we're going to just go through the show. My last thing, have you ever heard of such a thing? Somebody scared of whales?
Oh, yes.
Have you heard of such a thing?
Yes, poor Chloe.
Have you heard of such a thing?
No, I have not.
Did she start screaming?
She did.
She got the oozy goo, those goose films, like you got, she was like totally grossed out.
As if she saw like a bug or a spider or something. And then she was just like, the heart is bigger than a bus. That's unnatural. And
they making love. Unnatural.
Right. Is this mating season?
One of the things that I thought that was so funny about it is, and I don't know if this story is true, that these people was swallowed up by a whale. Baby Crone showed the video. I didn't see him get spit out on the water.
You didn't
so
see
if
it.
y'all have that video, please let me see it, because I won't believe it until I see it. I want to see Jonah and the whale, okay? Jonah and the two women. Was it two women?
Yes, two women.
I gotta see that I have to see that get puked onto land. Let me see it. Until then, I'm going to have a question mark.
Okay.
I'm going to have a big old question mark. Until that could be proven, I won't believe.
Understand.
Okay. Now.
So interestingly enough, I want to talk about real quickly about the sex appeal that they were giving this episode, the Kardashians.
The sex appeal? What do you mean?
Yes, because for some reason so the Kardashians had went to Cabo, Mexico, this episode for a family trip to like reconnect. Kourtney wasn't there. We already know why, because she's trying to separate herself. So why would she go to a family trip?
She has separated herself.
Yes, especially now that we're hearing that she definitely has left after this season. So
yeah, she says she's gone.
Yes. So while they were at Cabo, I guess at this time, at the very beginning of 2023, all the sisters were single. So they were just like, let's do a singles bikini photo shoot. And they literally did that. And they were like all posing in like...
And sexual...
They
laying all up on each other like sexual... breast touching, vaginas. They have no... I don't know. That's just not the way I was raised.
Exactly.
I was raised.
And then we hear Kendall talk about, first off, She doesn't care that anybody makes fun about her cutting cucumbers. She went on a whole tangent about that. I feel like low-key that does bother her a little bit.
I was going to say she says that, but she just looked like an overly rich girl. This is how you know that they done. I look at some of their old episodes, and they were so relatable. They dress relatable. Now Kim be wearing these suits out, cat suits. Who gonna wear cat suits? That's just like me walking around looking like Bianca.
Uh-huh.
Come on now. You know, now that they're starting to wear jeans, I'm not going to walk around my house with heels on.
Yes.
Leather boots. Make face beat to the guards. Remember, they weren't like that for the first few years. But now we just see something that has morphed into wealth at its decadence. When I see them, all I see is decadence going, hey, look what we got off of you all. Hey, and y'all still want us. And they come on like this. I don't care what anyone says.
Yes.
I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. The hell with you.
Yeah.
And you're still going to watch us. They are that vain now.
Yes,
they are in your face that vain.
Really are.
The hell with them. I don't care what anybody says because it's going to be more exciting and you're still going to want us. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm watching. I am, but I'm not watching. I'm not watching for that. I'm watching because I want to see it come down. I'm not lying. Mm-hmm. I'm watching because I don't want to miss nothing. Yes. I'm watching. Okay, I saw Rob, and it's not like I'm watching because I'm like, woo! It's not like a bet. It's like this dynasty, I want to come down so bad, and I'm being honest. I want them to come down, and this is not out of hate, because I don't hate any of them. Uh-huh. Enough. I don't want you to get another dollar. Even though I buy your stuff, I ain't going to front. Not a lot. Because I like to find out, is her stuff as good as she say it is? And the only way I can do it is to wear it. Can I say that black dress, that long? Mm-hmm. Baby Crone wore hers.
Yes.
What you say about it?
It is comfortable.
You don't want to say it, but go ahead.
Yes, I did love it. It wasn't restricting, even though it's really like a pencil body.
And you can really, I haven't worn mine. Yes? What about those body suits that show the nipples? They show your fat and everything. They are not for thick people. If you got fat, don't wear it. Because you're going to have fat. But it won't show that in the commercial. Mm-mm. I try her thing. So when I'm talking about Kim, I'm somebody who invests in them. I've always said that.
Yes, you have.
So when I'm talking, this is not out of hate at all. I just realized that I understand. Once you understand something, I don't have a hate. I just want her. I know that the only thing is going to happen, she's got to collapse. She's got to fall. Mm-hmm. Why? Because that's just the law of gravity. Yes, that's the law. It doesn't matter. What goes up, it must come down. It doesn't matter what it is. She has an inflated ego. We seen Kylie come down. We seen that, right? We seen Kendall suffer with anxiety. Come on now. We seen Rob break down and even now didn't want to go on with his life, right?
Yes.
And became a diabetes because he overate himself out of depression. We've seen that, right?
Yes, we have.
We've seen the mother go through her breakdown over Bruce, transitioning over as the mother lied and said she didn't know. I believe after looking at his documentary, she did know because he wasn't lying about it. He was open about it. He was talking about it. All the women that he had just been with knew this about him. Even Kimberly said she knew that he was dressing like a woman. So the mother knew. Okay, so now all of this stuff is coming out. So that lets me know that mother is a liar.
Yes.
When she sat on TV and said we never did something and lied, got away with it. She was the same mother that pimped out her daughter.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. This woman is diabolical. She say she love her kids, but your house is split.
Yes.
Because of you. Mm-hmm. Because of favoritism. And if favoritism couldn't be any stronger in that family, man, I thought my family had it bad, but my God.
Yes.
I didn't know it happened with wealthy people. I just thought it happened with everyday people. I didn't
Understandable.
know what the Kardashian is doing to me is making me say things like, wow, they ripping open the curtains of, this is what it's like for the rich and famous.
Yes.
Look, we is just as effed up as everybody else. Look at us. Look at us. And we shriek in horror over the fact like, oh, you do that to your sister.
It seems
Oh, your
even
mother.
worse for them because they got money. So it just almost makes you want to frame. You're just like, if money's going to do that to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is, that's what it does for me. And so for that, I say, I want to watch. I don't know decadence like that. I know what it's like to have.
Yes.
Okay? And I know, like them, what it's like to have not. But this, where you can be in an argument with me today and go in the carbo tomorrow, that's some stuff I have no idea. You just say, I'm bored. You bored? What do you want to do? You want to go to carbo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, when you want to
Family
leave.
trip.
Family trip. Don't have to worry about money. Don't have to worry about who gonna watch your children.
They got their own private jet. They don't even gotta wait in an airport or anything. Just get up and go anytime.
Oh, I just had a vision. Have you something curious? Have you noticed how the mother now as she's getting much older, keeping Corey near her?
Yes,
On this
that is true.
all-girls trip,
Corey's there.
Corey's there watching them freak with one another. Take Corey's. I like Corey.
Yeah,
Corey
Corey's
in the pool. But the mother said, look at that. She had her eyes on Corey. Corey must have been a cheater, pumpkin eater. Because the mother got her eyes. She wouldn't let him play in Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. But he cool with it.
Yeah, he's cool.
And he right there with her.
Also,
The mother got her eyes on Corey now, right?
yeah. Also, congratulations to Corey and Kendall for finally overcoming your beef on this family trip.
Well, they just finally connected the dots. But the point is, you seen how the mother zeroed into all of that.
Yes.
Her eyes was on Corey like this. Mm-hmm. You seen how she got Corey up from that table?
Yeah, she did.
And
Even though
that's
she
the
was
sis-
stoned.
Did she see how he got up and followed her to the point that Chloe and Kimberly was like, what was that? What was that? Something going on there. The mother is on him like white on rice. I'm just saying. Okay, so go ahead. Try to get through it, baby.
Yes, and then there's two more things that I want to mention. Before mentioning the big thing that I want to talk about, Chloe is over here screaming to the heavens that she's not with Tristan. She was just like, Tristan is going to be staying 2 weeks extra longer than I want him to. I'm going to give him a month where I say, you got to get it going. You got to leave. And then Chris was like, he'll be at our house soon, Chloe. And she was just like, I just don't want people to think we're together. And then Kim was over here just like, Chloe is so scared about this that anytime we mention something, she's like, no, not me and Tristan.
All of them confirmed that
Yes.
she's paranoid about it.
I don't know what you hiding, Chloe. Like, you sounds like you just don't want people to know you love Tristan.
I don't think that. I think what it is that she's absolutely, I told you she's been broken. See, when I say breakdown, that meant when you have really, look, she lost all that weight during that time.
She did.
You got to understand, and with the baby scene, a lot of stuff they didn't show you. This is how you know the show is scripted. She is traumatized and humiliated. And you got to understand, she got traumatized by her first husband.
Yeah.
And now this guy. Okay? So, no, I truly believe that. And so much so, she has no shame. No, I'm not with them. She looks kind of spastic, actually.
Yes.
She looks spastic. He's not with me. You know, I don't want you to. Spazzes out.
Yes,
right?
she does.
Sorry about that camera. So she spazzes out. So I see that she really is, he traumatized her. He traumatized her. She is traumatized. So she broke. So during her broken, Kimberly was able to wiggle her way in there and get them. And also, Courtney said it was the fact, too, that they were pregnant together. And that was a very vulnerable time when she was pregnant
Yes,
with him. That was during the time he was cheating and lying and all that. And Kimberly was able, in her brokenness, wither her little self all in there and say, hi, now everybody is against you. I got Courtney. No, I got Chloe. Mommy's on my side. Rob is not on the show. Kylie and Kendall, oh well. So you all alone. We all talk about about you. And she says it with such happiness. Even if that was true, I would never say that to you. I would never say. That's why, because I wouldn't want to be a tattletale. In other words, I wouldn't want you to know that we were talking about you. I would just keep that a secret.
Even Courtney was just like, you think I want to be a part of a group chat where you guys talking
about me?
She's like, get a life.
And she said, is that what you think? And Kim is talking like, yeah, I know you do that too. And that's so crazy because you find that normal. Like, I would never sit around and talk about my family. I find no joy in that at all.
No.
Even though I have a family member that want to go shit on me, and no matter what, I don't want to hear it. I want to talk about me.
About you get involved in it.
I don't want to be involved. Like, I don't even care like that about that person. So, I get it. And so she's so, awestruck with, God, you're such a narcissist. That just because you sit around, and it's got to be hurtful. Because that's like somebody telling you something that ain't even a part of your nature. And they say, that's why we sit around and we talk about you. And your children talk about you. And you don't have no friends. That's why you are the least,
interesting.
The least interesting. That is all right there. Lies. Why? To break her down. To make her cry. But that's not it. She's making her cry on camera. Before, that wouldn't. She would cry over something, but she would be firm. But you remember they fought, and whenever Courtney would want to cry, she would leave. Now she's crying on camera, right? And I'm thinking she's doing it because she's like, you won. I don't want to fight. You won.
Yes.
This is too dirty for me. I'm not about this. I don't want no parts. And Kimberly is like, yes. That's why American Horror Story, who's ever writing this, has followed her life. Has tracked it, been writing a story, and made Kimberly the co-star of her own movie. That's why a twist with Rosemary Baby, a thing with the
IVF?
The IVF and all of this stuff, the jealousy and all of the man in the middle. Come on. There's a tinge of Rosemary Baby in it. So I'm looking, and another thing I noticed about American Horror Stories, I started going back looking at a few little different ones. And I noticed most of them have a corny thing to them. Like something corny about them.
Yeah, that's true.
And the corny part about this one, I can't wait to see when she metamorphs into whatever, because that is going to give me the tail sign. But what I have noticed, this movie is made for Kim. The lady who's playing the star,
Emma
and
Roberts.
Emma Roberts, who's playing the star, but Kimberly is the star in her own movie, if you watch it. And whoever thought of it is brilliant and knew, out of being her narcissist, she's like, I can't say no to that. So that's what makes it good. So if Kim is great, remember, Kim will be great at playing what?
Herself.
Kim. Because that's what whoever wrote this, that is exactly what they did. So her voice's point is perfect.
Yes.
The way she dressed,
the way
everything.
she talks about sex almost all the time.
All the time. Whoever thought of that? Always labeling parts. As a matter of fact, just in the Kardashians, they were talking about tits, titties,
and boobs.
Breasts, boobs, and boobies. Yeah. Breasts. See, it's so weird. Please just notice it. Notice that it's hurting her own life, and she doesn't even see it, but she will when it's over. I can't wait to see about the third or fourth episode.
It's almost like a Black Mirror episode. Do you remember when we saw? I think it was like the episode like Joanne is Evil, where this couple was sitting down and this woman was watching her life being parodied on like a Netflix show.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. And because you don't get to see the end of it until everybody else see it. But so far, I think whoever did it, when they said, I wrote this just for you, gave her a few lines, showed her, and she always go, yes. Nobody can handle the wickedness like I can. Nobody could handle this. Nobody could handle fame like me. I was built for this. This is the things that come out of her mouth. When I was robbed in Paris, no one of my sisters could have done it. They would be messed up to this day, but I can handle it. I'm the one to be in control. I can handle it all. What goes up must come down, and I'm waiting. So when you say, why am I in it? Because like a spectator, I'm one of them ones sitting there to watch this fall. Why? Because it's going to be a beautiful one, just like just like the Tower card. I'm just watching it fall. I'm just watching it. And I want to see that half of a shell of a person that it will leave her to be. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen this week, next week, or 3 years from now. But she's coming down. And I could see, because you got to understand, it's not just us. Because the way, before I go on, another thing I have an issue with. I am so sick and tired of Kimberly going to the black people and trying to help out the black folks and get her name out there like she's so caring, she's so wonderful. If you're so caring, you're so wonderful, why don't you help out your own people? Mm-hmm. Why don't you go and get some white families? Why don't you get some Hispanic families? Why don't you get other families? Why it's always got to be black?
Yes.
Thank you. But there are other people that is in need too. Yes. See, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Narcissism. You're playing that black card.
Yes.
I don't like it. And many people may say, well, she's helping the black. No, she's using black.
Yes.
Because there are white people that need her. Mm-hmm. There are Hispanic people that need her.
Asian.
There are Asians and mixed people. Mm-hmm. And what is she? She is
Armenian.
What about Armenian? But no, whenever she wants to make a grand show of something, let me go in. I shall not be fooled by that. And I'm pulling a card on that. Phony baloney, and I don't like it. Go ahead.
And the last thing I wanted to talk about was how Kim is really struggling with aging, because she sat up there at the table and she was just like, yeah, I'm a millennial with Kylie and Kendall.
Yes, she did.
But she
even looked it, but she's not a millennial. Go ahead, baby Crones.
Yes, she is a Generation X because she was born in 1980. And to be a Generation X, you have to be born between 1965 and 1980.
Now I think Courtney may be a generation. Chloe is generation. Because Courtney is 39.
Oh, then yes.
So what is it, Generation what?
X.
She is Generation X, right?
Yes.
So both of them are Generation X. So all three of the girls.
I'm not sure about Chloe.
Chloe is 39.
Oh, okay.
And it was say 19, you said 80?
Yes, to 1980.
But then Chloe wasn't born in 1980. She had to been born because she's 39 years old.
Okay, so... yeah, because she is younger than Chloe.
She's younger than, Kim is older than Chloe, about 4 years.
Chloe would then be put in the millennials.
Right, Chloe is the millennial.
With Kendall and Kylie.
Right, she would be the end of the millennial, right at the change. And that's where, and she says, it's just so good. No, baby. No, you read wrong. You read wrong. She is a what? She's a Generation X. Right. And you are Generation
Z.
Z. So we got X.
Millennials.
X, millennial, and what?
And then Z.
And Z. And then you had what? The baby boomers.
Yes, the baby boomers was before. But
before that, right. And Kimberly is right after, born in the one right after the baby boomers.
Yes, it's actually...
because she's 40. And I'm like, how could that be? How she's 40? That doesn't even... how you going to be... no, she got it wrong. No, baby, you're aging.
She, because she's right there at the cusp. She was just like, I'ma say I'm with them.
No, but Courtney was. I mean, Chloe is.
Yes, Chloe is.
Not her.
Not her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was fun to know. She's still trying to claim her youthfulness. So.
And I don't want to make this a bash, Kim, but unfortunately, it's my sweet delight. Just like it's her sweet delight to terrorize her sister.
Yes.
Just like it's her sweet delight to conquer the world. Just like it's her sweet delight saying it's nothing you can do, nothing you can say gonna break me. Mm-hmm. You could talk about me, I don't care. They talked about Jesus. It's nothing you can say. So she says, like she says, they're talking. In other words, you're talking bad about me. That's okay. You're talking.
Yep.
Like and it don't matter. This is how she feels.
All press is good press.
All press is good. They talking about me. So she's saying to me, it's okay. And I get what she's saying. As long as you're talking, my show will stand.
Yes.
Because you want to see it, and we're going to keep bringing it until we don't have nothing left to give, and we're going to bring it. And her sisters is there. Yeah, we're going to be right there, little lion heifers. Don't trust them. They may bail as soon as the book come out. Who knows what after their father start talking?
Yes.
Because their father got rank with his girls too. But you will never know it. That's why the mother walk a fine line, especially with Kendall. With Kendall, she walks a real fine line. She let Kendall get away with a lot of things. She does. She babies Kylie, but she let Kendall get away with so much. Why? Because Kendall was close with her dad. And the dad is going to add his stank on it. So I want to hear what he got to say, because what I've learned that what I didn't know, because I still adore, I do adore Chris, but what Chris has shown me, and it took Ray J to bring it out, that Chris she's a liar. She will claw and scratch her way, and Kimberly, whatever it is, whatever that little worm she got in her, she got it from her mama.
Yep.
And she got it fair. So a part of me, I forgive her, because I know her mother marked her. She's been marked from the time she was a child, that she said, this one mine. You can have the other ones, but this one's mine. And out of the ones out of her two, with Kylie and Kendall, she says, here, the baby girl, Kylie is mine. She has favoritism amongst her children.
Yes, she does.
And that is so sad to me to see that.
Yeah.
So is there anything we missed?
Nope, that was pretty much
all
everything.
over the place.
Yeah, but really, that's how the episode really was, all over the place.
Okay.
Because for the first episode, they're just going to Cabo and just enjoying their family trip and talking about their family dynamics. Basically, it looks like they're trying to show how much they are a family after the disaster of last season. They're just like, see, we're all one big happy family. We're enjoying ourselves. We love each other.
But here we see Courtney leaves the show, and honestly, they're going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat, because I don't know how Kimberly is going to do it. And I know that Kendall is not one I could depend on. She travels a lot. So it would be just Kendall, it would be Kylie and Kim. They're not even in the same generation.
Yeah, and you know what? That was another thing. Kim sat there on the couch and she was just like, I am so glad that I've gotten to form a bond with Kylie and Kendall despite our age gap, because she said that she's like, I think
17, 18 years.
Yeah, but she was just like, and I'm just glad that we are having this bond and we're really close. And here comes Kylie and Kendall saying, I'm glad we get to have this relationship with their kids, and with basically with their nieces and nephews, because they're just like, we get to do what our big sister Kim did for us, which is have like a bond. And I'm just like, it sounds like you're passing on your traits.
Yeah, of course. Well, anyway, I thought it was again, I love shows that have talking, and especially reality shows, when they really freestyling, they saying what they feel, and that's when you get a lot out. And I think I love this one scene as we close. And I'm sorry for the length of it, but there was so much stuff I had to unfold because it was inside my soul. I love when they sat on the sofa.
Okay.
It was like a nice moment of seeing those two girls.
Oh, okay.
And how they looked at each other on a side eye. How Kim looked at her like, and how she looked at her like. The difference. It is so cold with them.
Yes.
And it's sad, really, to see it. And I'm amazed. I'm like the person who was talking. I'm amazed that y'all two could sit side by side.
Yes.
And not turn around and gouge each other's eyes out. And do I think Kim is jealous of Courtney? No. I think that Kim wants to control Courtney. Courtney's scared of her.
Yes.
She wants her to be grateful. Remember, without me, you're nothing.
Yes.
Kim wants that. And she can't break her. So bringing her to tears is like, I can bring her to tears on camera. And you would think that would be enough for me. but that's not enough. And Courtney is saying, before I let you break me, I quit this damn show.
Yes.
Now who cries? Because without me, you have nothing. I bring content. I bring my life. I'm the one that slapped your ass. I'm the one who brings content. They follow to watch my boring tale. Yep, what you gonna bring? Collie, when things get rough, she goes and hides.
Yes, she does.
Kendall go ghost.
Yes, she does.
Or go somewhere and have a panic attack. She always say she's not moved, but let somebody start teasing about how she freak out. Panic disorder is a mental disorder, and they have mental disorder run through their family.
And I think I heard almost every one of them go to a therapist. Courtney goes
Not Kim, because Kimberly said she doesn't believe.
Oh, okay, so it's just Kim and
Not Kim.
It's just Courtney and Kendall, apparently.
Kendall go to therapy?
Yes.
See, to deal with that anxiety. So that let you know that they have mental sickness. That's what I'm saying. They ripping open the curtain. They may have, what do you call it? Bipolar disorder in their family. You know, narcissism is a sickness. They can't help it. And this is what we see over and over. What is going to help Kim? It's got to be spiritual intervention. She's too far. She's too in the stratosphere. It has to be, because she is a Christian by claiming out of her mouth. They claim it. They have a church. She was with Kanye, so she's a Christian. So by Christian theology, you have to give an account for everything you've done. And she has done much, not just to her family, but to friends, to people that let her in. She has clawed and bit her way to the top. She has effed her way to the top. By all means, she has jumped on the back. She has scraped people, moved people out the way just to say, excuse me, I'm here. And with that being said, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Our little munchkins, our little crones, and our sunflowers. Mwah.